We asked Paul Golding about this, and again he did not respond. Much of what Britain First has involved itself in publicly, and what lies just beneath its surface, is deeply unpleasant. Until recently, at the heart of the party, was the relationship between Golding and his now former deputy, Jada Fransen. Not long after Fransen joined Britain First, the pair became a couple for a short time. When that ended, they remained in their professional partnership, living in the same house. And many sources told us that both during and after their personal relationship, Golding violently abused Jada Fransen on a regular basis.
On one occasion, she actually rang me back in 2015, where he'd actually been abusive to her. She'd locked herself outside. She then kept the phone line on, and we heard him throwing a bottle and verbal abuse at her as well.
But these astonishing claims are more than just accusations. Because when we spoke to our source in England, we were passed another secret recording that proved it. What you're about to hear is one clip from a 40-minute secret recording that was made in late 2015. During the full 40 minutes, Jada Fransen is talking to Paul Golding about the violent attacks he has been carrying out on her. Not once in the full 40 minutes does Paul Golding deny her repeated claims of the violent assaults.
This morning's proved we can't live together.
Because you're violent.
Whatever, for whatever reason, we can't live together.
So you can hit me and then tell me I've got to leave my home?
No. What happened this morning? And you weren't innocent.
I didn't come near you. You tried to come out. You tried to hit me. Said you're going to kill me for a bottle of drink at my face.
Driving someone mentally crazy is just as bad as physical.
Really? No, everyone drives you crazy, so you beat them. That's your excuse.
The only two girls I've laid a finger in my life is and you, and is an horrible.
In this particular clip, Paul Golding eventually admits he was indeed beating Jada Fransen, and that he had previously assaulted another woman. Jada Fransen only reluctantly agreed to talk to Spotlight after we contacted her with our concerns about allegations of criminal behaviour in Britain First. When we heard the secret recording, we went back to her a second time, and she agreed to another interview. We've spoken to around a dozen people who were members of Britain First who told us that you were being violently abused by Paul Golding. Is that true?
Well, I don't see any reason why a dozen people would lie.
That's the leader of a political party violently attacking the deputy leader of a political party. How long did this go on for?
5 years.
The whole time you were in Britain First?
More or less. Well, maybe 4.5. Didn't take long to start, and just on varying levels continued.
We played her clips from the recording we obtained.
It's quite embarrassing because I almost feel like I've let people down.
Why? Who?
Just, I don't know. Just such a stupid position to put and keep myself in, and I don't know.
There is personal animosity between Jolene Bunting and Golding, but she says she was aware of the violent abuse.
I got chatting with Jada about it, and she opened up, and then I kind of says, look, I've been told that he grabbed you by the throat, and she confirmed that, and at that point it just clicked with me. I thought, you know, this is a domestic abuse relationship.
Jada Fransen says Golding would punch and kick her and throw things at her.
There were incidents that could have gone so badly wrong, like so badly wrong. I could have ended up really hurt or worse. And I guess that's where the fear came in, because I thought, I'm going to end up dead.
It is also claimed Golding routinely locked Jada Fransen in her home, saying it was for her own protection. But sources who saw this believe it was really about controlling her.
We've spoken to a number of ex-members of Britain First. They also said there were times when they would go out and Paul would lock you in the house until they came back. Is that true?
Yeah. This was my normality. This was my day-to-day existence, was just complete control, I guess, or being controlled, I guess. It was like I just accepted that was what he was going to do. That I couldn't, if they went out, and he'd lock me in the house.
She says she never went to the police about the assaults because she didn't want to damage the party.
I don't want to sit here and go into graphic detail and dish the dirt on everything that happened, but there is also a moral obligation just to anyone, male or female, involving themselves in Britain First with no idea that this is how the leader is conducting himself.
Paul Golding didn't respond to the specific allegations of violent assaults on Jada Fransen. His only response to the programme was that any libel or defamation will result in legal proceedings. Over the past